Alright, so last stages of the roulade, guys. Yeah. So what I've got here, fresh piece of grease proof. So basically what I've done is I've basically taken a sponge like so. I've looked at both sides to see which has got the better colour. I've squared it off, as I said, because it was a little on the thick. Actually, to be fair, I think it's a hint on the thick side, to be fair. But basically, this is what I've got here. Mango. What I've done with my mango, yeah. So I've diced it down. I've macerated it. So what that means is I've put a little bit of brown sugar, and as obviously, if you know me well enough, I've put a little bit of spiced rum in there as well. So that mango is basically been macerated. So what that does is brings out the natural flavours in it and actually sweetens it just a touch. Yeah, you don't want too much. The chantilly, basically what I've done with the chantilly, because I'm tying in with everything instead of using icing sugar. Because my flavourings, remember the question I asked was, what other flavours could you have? I'm tying everything together, so I've got macerated a little bit of brown, soft brown sugar and the spiced rum. I've got myself some toasted coconuts here as well. I'm going to put on first, a little sprinkling there of toasted coconut. Happy days. And I've got my chantilly, but what I've done with my chantilly is I've basically added, instead of the icing sugars as we would normally do, I put brown sugar in it. So soft brown sugar again in there. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover it. Again, we don't want it overfilled because then it'll be a bit of a nightmare trying to roll it. But you want a nice amount on there, alright? So a palette knife. Like so, good days. There done boatloads in there, guys, yeah? But I was like to say, it becomes a bit of a nightmare in trying to roll it. So that's a brown sugar chantilly, yeah? That's going to work very well with the mango and the coconut, all tying in the Caribbean feel of my end product. So, happy days. Happy days. Right, so me mango now. Make sure I'm not getting any of the juice in there, I just want the mango. I mean, at the end of the day, if it was the right time of year, what we'll put in here now as well as the fruit, I would get a little chiffonade of mint in there. Because you've got mango in there, a little bit tropical, you could actually add a tiny amount of coriander. That would actually enhance the flavour as well. And give a little different twist to your end product. But mint coriander would work very well. But I'm talking a fine amount of coriander there, not loads like you would do in a normal curry or a Thai meal or a Thai flavoured dish. There we go, happy days. Right, so again, a little bit more of the old coconut on top of that. So it all works well together. Toasted coconut, beautiful. Desiccated coconut in the oven, a couple of minutes, golden brown, tickety boom. But if you're doing a desiccated coconut, you've got to make sure that you're observant, so that you don't actually. Alright, there we are. And this is a bit that everyone loves or hates, depending. Like so, I'm just going to shape it like that. Happy days. Not bad, not a bad effort. I mean, it's got a tiny little crack there, so you know, oof. Are we going to get sacked for that in the morning? I don't know. And just trim up the edges to make sure it's nice and neat before we finish. Like so. I think my sponge is a little bit on the thick side, guys, I will be honest with you. And maybe a bit thinner, but I was a bit dubious with the oven, etc, etc. I've never made a sponge at home before. Right, and there, that goes on there, like that. Happy days. And I'm just going to finish the dish. I will be back with you in a moment.